I mean, are we streaming?
Yes.
Oh.
All right. And then Piff said,
Quiet.
"Hi, everyone."
No, sweet. Shh. Quiet. You can talk, but just quiet.
I'm a rule breaker. I do what I want.
Son of a bitch. I trusted you.
That was your fault.
I made this for you, brother.
Guys.
Criana, how long have we known each other? Why would you trust me?
You're right.
So, hi, people.
Yes,
Criana, stop.
All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Ardenfell. Let me get some music going here for you guys. Something nice, something appropriate. Something to fill the mood. How about this one? That's good. I like that one. Oh, hey, my phone just told me that they're streaming Ardenfell right now.
But
Well, screw that, guys. I gotta go watch.
Wait, Squee. We are Ardenfell.
This is the best setup ever because since the couch is basically behind me, I cannot tell you the number of times I grab my phone and just fling it to the couch. You are too close and too loud. Away with you! Oh, man. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
So, who would like to recap last session?
I can.
Okay, go ahead. By all means. You need inspiration? I can give you an inspiration.
So we did the thing with the tavern and the opening and the stuff, and it went really, really well. There was things that were happening with alcohol and people showed up. There were a lot of people, like so many people, like, oh my god, people everywhere. It's crazy. There was catering and alcohol. Did I mention alcohol? And people and
Dragons.
we and dragons.
This is amazing because I'm watching the stream and the subtitles are on and it cannot keep up with Elora. It's struggling so hard. Spikes like so many people. Just sorry, please continue.
Right. So, yeah, things were happening. People had conversations. Gumphrey came over and he had 2 dates, which was like bananas. One of them he actually planned for. The other one he didn't because that's like his baby mama. And that was like, awkward. But, everything is fine. She turned out to be pretty chill. She's still keeping the kids. But you know what? That's fine. Because he has new prospects. He gave Ashu a gift, which was nearly destroyed, but not because it's magical. Because she decided to switch the tables to be underneath where Tally was going to jump off. And then he fucking busted ass all over the table, and it was bad news bears. He flubbed even with all of the practice and a bardic inspiration, and Arthur, instead of making his own first appearance, decided to save face and save Tally, and luckily Ty stepped in and was just like, hey, here's a drink that we were totally planning on unveiling. Yeah. Ta-da. And
He's a good boy.
he's a very good boy with very bad luck. And then there was a bunch of drinking with very interesting magical drinks that happened. Dolma, for once, did not partake, and somehow she is one of the few sober people in the group. Somehow. Not sure how this came about.
Well, she was playing the violin.
Yes, but also, like, this is Dolma. Anyways. So, yeah, everyone was having a grand old time getting giggles and, like, seeing dead people and growing heads. And then eventually, Kai and everyone but a shoe, I believe, and Dolma went upstairs with a bunch of more drinks. And Dolma's just like, yeah, I'm going to finish the set and then I'm going to head up. And I believe a shoe was like going to go out and like try and see Gumfrey to be like, hey, that was a really sweet gift. I'm sorry, the table got fucked. And then Nori happened. And that's where we ended.
Okay, well done. Take your inspiration. Well
I
deserved.
know.
I just want to point out my favorite part of the subtitles was and drinking and that's all it said.
I mean, yeah, that about sums it up.
All right. So, we ended last session where Dolma and Ashu are the only ones of the party that are aware of this, as Ashu had come back from talking to Gumfrey, and Gumfrey was with Ashu, correct? You came back together.
Yes.
Shortly after you had walked in the door, you were followed by a feminine form who stepped inside the still very crowded tavern and pulled down her hood, and Dolma and Ashu instantly recognized Norith. And we stopped right there. So we're going to pick up right there. Dolma, Ashu, Norith is standing in your tavern, the Sleepy Dragon.
Is Gumfrey still hanging out?
Gumfrey's still there.
Okay. Just need to set the scene.
Oh boy. I need to make a save real quick. Oh, okay. Cool. Not gonna go to jail. Awesome. Good job, Dolma. Okay. Not yet. So, yeah. She is going to try and subtly cast message to Ashu while she's still playing and essentially say, please tell me you see her.
I see her. Can you message, the
Barkeep?
message Kip, if that's a thing you can do.
If he's out of sight, then no.
Keep playing. I will see what I can do.
Mm-hmm. And after that, she's going to... oh, God. Is Darian down here, or is he in the kitchen?
Darian is down here. He is always walking around from table to table, making sure everything's fine. He looks very, very, very nice in his tavern keeper's outfit. You see the clothes. I don't think I've described him. I described most people. He's wearing brown trousers with buckle shoes and a white shirt and a leather tavern vest, like what you expect a tavern keeper to wear, right? But it's all brand new. His head is polished. He's gleaming in the firelight.
Looking very dapper.
And he spent the entire evening going table to table. Aye, how your drinks be doing? The food, of course we do to be serving the food. Of course we do. It's all part on the menu. And just going around the table and being a general good owner.
Mm-hmm. She's going to message him and say, be very subtle about this. Norith just walked through the door.
Oh boy. Hang on a second here. What's his wisdom like? Good. It's not good. He turns around and sees Norith, and his face just grows dark red. Which, while you're doing this, Norith quietly makes her way through the crowd and then just has a seat at probably this table right here.
Oh, so out of sight. Good.
Out of sight of you, not really. That fireplace is it's got like a small chimney, but it's not something you can't see over.
Well, I can't see through it, so out of sight
then
for
I will say
me.
out of sight. Maybe that does go all the way up to the roof. It is a chimney after all.
It's a small chimney. It makes the room glow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
as
she,
soon as he whips around, she sends another message. I said be subtle and don't be stupid.
You hear a message in your mind. What blazes is she doing back here? She'll ruin everything.
That's a damn good question, but if I can keep myself from killing her, then so can you.
She took me girls. Or maybe they were never me girls, I don't know. But they were nice, sweet girls, and she took her. And he's saying this to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like close by.
Just keep calm, would you? And she's like saying this through gritted teeth, still
Roll me.
playing the whole time.
Is this a persuasion or an intimidation?
Oh,
I can't really tell.
it's oh god. She's trying to be nice about, like, she's not trying to intimidate him, but it might just be intimidation based on the bloodlust aura that she has right now.
I understand. Roll me an intimidation check.
Oh god. 14.
He calms down. All right. I'll keep my peace. Not serving her though.
Leave that to the staff.
Comfrey,
Yes, my dear.
I have just saw an acquaintance of mine from a bit ago. Yes. I know we still basically on an outing together, but I haven't seen her in a while. Would you mind if I went and talked with her?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Can I come with? I'd love to meet a friend of yours.
She thinks. Yeah, come along.
Okay. Before we continue, two things. Upstairs. Ty,
Mm-hmm.
it's been about 5-10 minutes. Have you drank your drink?
I was gonna say, if it takes longer than 10 minutes for someone to get her attention, she's drinking it.
Yep. So you drank your drink. What about you, Kai?
Okay. Kai would first be like, is Arthur not passed out anymore? Like, did Ori fix him up, I would assume?
No, you walked into the room and you saw him put a hand on Kip going, it's alright, it's fine. He's caressing the hiccuping drunk Mika in his other hand. He's got a foot on Tally going, no, don't bite that. Tally number 4. Tally number 4. Make sure Tally number 5 doesn't bite anything. Especially not me.
Kai will sigh and put down her drink and be like, Ori, Arthur's passed out. Can you help him? I'll deal with these two. And she'll like resume position where Ori was.
She literally just takes over for Ori.
Yeah, literally like one hand caressing Kip's shoulder and the other like forcing Tally back.
Amazing.
Yeah, he will hand over all of his responsibilities. And he will go over to Arthur and give him a little gold ooze poke.
Oh no! So this is going to do cure or the
Lesser restoration.
lesser restoration. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, he's gonna open his eyes a bit. Go. What's up?
You see Kip staring at Ty You see Orit right next to you, and Kai is currently consoling a hiccuping, flame-burning Mika, and holding back a tally that has 5 heads that are all talking at once. Oh, this isn't really necessary. Yeah, we should totally stop. I'm going to bite him. No, you're not!
No one is biting anyone! Kai looks like she might be getting at her wit's end, and it's only been about 10 seconds.
Right.
How long have I been
imagine
gone?
how Orit feels. He was there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, so you as characters know Arthur was out for probably only about 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
Only.
Only.
Well, man, things are going weird. What do you need? What's up? Am I supposed to be awake?
No,
I have a test. Is there a test?
there's no... Okay, well, no test, at least currently at the moment, but always be prepared. You never know.
Oh, okay.
Tally, bit me.
Yeah, Tally bites. Tally does 1 point of damage to Kai.
Oh my gosh. Why is it always alcohol? Why does it
And-
have to be magic alcohol?
What you guys hear is for, oh no, I'm so sorry, and 1, yes!
Alright, tally number 5. If you don't stop biting people right now, I'm going to remove every single head.
Roll me an intimidation check.
He gets
That
advantage
would
on this
kill
because of his
him.
grass juice.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, he does.
His alcohol
Yeah.
gives him an advantage. Amazing. The 5th head clamps its mouth shut and doesn't say anything. As Orit is exceptionally terrifying for some reason. Like Kai, even you notice this. You're like, whoa.
Yeah. Kai,
He's gonna get out of bed, brush the dirt from in the bed on the floor, which came out of his pockets. Then go up to Kip and go, "You doing okay? Need something else to drink?"
There are so many around her. Oh, Ty, I'm so sorry.
Kip is having what we would call a bad trip.
Oh,
Why are you sorry?
I think I see people that have died. I think that was the drink. And there's so many around you.
What are you? And then mid-sentence, she just stops and kind of looks over her shoulder, confused, before looking back to him and going, "What?" And like kind of just shakes her head and then goes, "Wait, what are you talking about?"
I can see Tally. That's his name, right? It points to Tally, the halfling.
Yeah.
One old man above his head. But over you, dozens.
2 more times while he's speaking, she kind of keeps getting confused looks and looks over her shoulders but that last time, as he says it, he's like, she'll look at her and be like, "I don't see," and then pause, staring at it wherever the door is, and is just looking confused before she gets up and starts moving towards the door.
Kai is just like frowning, like. Does
Okay.
Kai do we realize? Was Ty making a big to do about drinking her beverage of choice? Like, would Kai put 2 and 2 together that, oh, maybe this might be a side effect of some booze?
To be honest, because it was Ty's first drink, she might have just thrown it back. I don't know if she would have been, like, playing it up.
Like, whoa, this
I
tastes
mean,
goofy.
Yeah, you certainly know what's affecting Kip, but is the drink affecting Ty? You know she's drank it. You know they're all magical, so it's reasonable to assume that might be.
Ty, where are you going?
By the way, I want to stress this entire time, Kai has a goat intestine in one of her hands with beer in it.
No, she set it down because she sighed and she took.
Sorry. That is one thing you cannot do until you drink it.
Oh, you can't set it down?
Mm-mm. So you were doing this
great.
one-handed.
So
You were basically,
she has one foot, like, on
Yeah.
Tally's face.
yeah, and like one hand with Mika and using your feet to fend off Tally, and with one hand you're just like daintily carrying goat intestine.
Ty will mumble something of, I'm going to follow her before leaving the room.
Follow who?
Listen, we're talking about trips. Where are we going somewhere? Do I need to start packing?
Like,
Mhm.
Kai's gonna, like, look exasperated. How close is the Tally that tried biting her, the head?
I mean, it bit her, so pretty close.
Can she try and grab his mouth and just shove the drink down it? Because she
Oh my
Oh.
god!
She doesn't.
Yes,
She doesn't want to be the like.
yes,
If everyone's
you
gone in
can.
pain.
And
Yes, you can. Roll me a grapple check.
How
So
is it possible?
athletics.
Okay, let me open my thing.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Athletics, and then I will roll an acrobatics for him.
Oh no!
What'd you roll? What'd you roll? 11. He doesn't make it. Grab him by the head, and you shove the beer down his throat. And instantly, after it's done, he grabs the goat intestines from you and begins trying to eat it, and looks at you and goes, "Bah!
oh my god.
Chew, 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 bah!" And
I has
until,
a
until
look
he-
of jealousy.
until he finishes the goat intestine, which takes about 30 minutes to eat, as it is very rubbery, he can only speak in bleats.
Okay, so here's the thing. Is that all 5 heads?
Nope, just the one.
Oh, jeez.
Oh wait,
If
no,
I remember
because
correctly,
Would cancel the other out.
Yeah, exactly. It would cancel that one, so it's just the one head
Okay,
that's left.
cool.
Blah blah blah.
And so Tally's like heads disappear, and he's chewing on this intestines just hanging down the side of his mouth. He looks around really confused. Bah. He, like looks at himself. Bah, bah, bah. Then looks really worried. Bah.
All right, Kai, do you want to handle this situation or the situation that just walked out the door?
Take care of these guys. I'm gonna go follow after Ty because I think. Can you help them? She'll like shrug and like back out of the doorway. Is this the door?
Yeah, I can help them.
But before you do that, I'm gonna go grab Ty, and take her to the secret room for a bit.
Do the thing.
I'll be back.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do.
Shu takes one very slow step after the other, just taking for goddamn ever to get over there.
You got cold feet, sweetheart. How long has it been?
She's doing like the moonwalk. Like,
Oh,
very
my
slow
goodness.
moonwalk.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
just
there's
doing
sound
it on
playing.
purpose, like really like eye contact with her, but just slow.
Oh my gosh, she's like an NPC in an old video game that's like having a little bit of pathing issue.
Mhm.
She like stops and like turns her body slightly to the side and tries again.
It's like in Skyrim when they just go, "Hail, traveler!" Body turns, head does not, starts moving, knocks into everything. Head snaps
something?
forward. Need something. Those damn storm cloaks. Where's that alcoholic beverage? What's the one that turns us into an NPC from an Elder Scrolls game?
God, I would love that.
Oh, you could have like a custom one.
Go into
Man,
battle and just be like,
I
"You
just
will go down." No!
and then, like, you ragdoll at, like, 500 feet in the air.
But then, like, stand up in midair and gracefully fall down.
Yes.
Oh,
So-
that image is really tickling me.
Hi, we're back.
Hi.
I just want to share this really quickly. I found a really bad meme, so I'm gonna put it in here because it reminds me of Arthur. There I go. All right, continue.
Nice. So, Kai, Tana,
Yeah.
you step out the door and you see Tyburn following or walking after something that's not there. Like, it looks like they're following something, but there's nothing to follow.
What direction did she go in? Because I don't see her in this hallway. Oh,
up
there she
above
is.
you. Yeah, up
Oh,
above you.
okay. Tyburn?
She does not respond.
She kind of squints. Is she?
She's staring at an empty space in the room.
Who's that? Did you make new friends? I hope so.
What is... Why am I hearing this?
Can I hear?
But no, you can't hear anything.
Okay, I thought so. Ty, it's me, Kai. We have our names rhyme. Isn't that kind of fun? Maybe we should go back to Arthur's room and see if Orit can chill you out.
Talk? What is she talking about? Why is she calling you Ty?
What? Why are you calling me talk?
Nope.
It's your name, like at the same time.
It's your name.
What? Why? And finally, Ty will look at Kai and just point at the empty space and go, "Do you see her?"
No, Ty. This is probably your magical drink.
It's...
Oh, I don't think she can. I'm dead.
It's
I
not
think I'm dead.
real. Whatever you're seeing, it's
Oh.
not real. There's nothing
It's
there.
me when I was 14.
Talk, there were so many.
Uh,
They found me. They got me. Oh, Talk. I think they killed me.
Stop calling me that.
Kai will look in the corner. Let me see.
Ty is just like on her knees now with her head in her hands.
Kai wants to know what she's dealing with, so she's going to, like, gently kneel over Tyburn and put her hand on Ty's head and try to pull out a memory.
Oh, all right. Do they have a saving throw against that if they would choose to resist?
Yes.
Okay, do you choose to resist, Ty?
I don't know if Ty knows to resist.
Right. Like, are you in a state of mind where you would even be aware
No.
of this? Okay. Then, Kai, you get a very recent memory from Ty's point of view, staring at what looks like a younger version of herself, going, Talk, there were so many. They got me, Talk, I think. Oh, Talk, I think they killed me.
Kai dissipates the memory. If this is you, is your younger self saying that you were killed?
I wasn't killed. I survived. I was the only one that survived.
Okay. All right.
You did survive. Oh, good. Oh, good.
Tyburn, I need you to listen to my voice. I know what you're seeing is very difficult, and I can only imagine it is very traumatic. But if we go find Orit, he might be able to help you, so you don't, so you can be a little more at ease. Will you walk with me?
They're just gonna follow.
It'll be okay.
Oh, man.
We all have our burdens to carry.
Behind you, as you're walking, you hear, Talk. It wasn't your fault. You know that, right? It wasn't your fault.
And then just very quietly under her breath, Kai will probably hear Ty go, but it was.
Kai Kai frowns, not really knowing the context of that, but not sure if she wants to know. And she's going to... How much does Ty weigh?
Oh. Don't ask a lady her weight. What are you talking about?
Look, I could give you the exact height, but whenever it comes to putting a weight down for my characters, I literally write IDK and IDC.
Nice.
Fair enough. Kai's gonna see if she can lift up Ty.
What's your strength, Ty?
Not-
Or Kai?
Not good. Let me see.
I
believe
can't.
you
I
said
can't. Even you two. Your strength is 13, which means you can carry 100 and hang on. Like 100 and almost 200 pounds. You should be fine.
Yeah, Ty's
Okay.
not more than 200.
So Kai will kind of lean over and say, "All right, Ty, I'm going to lift you up now."
Ty doesn't resist.
Okay, so she'll lift her up and she'll kind of like, I would say like she'd put Ty like, piggyback. There we go. She'd do like a piggyback maneuver,
Mm-hmm.
and Kai's just gonna start talking, to try and drown out whatever it is that Tyburn is hearing. Kai's pretty good at talking, so she'll just talk about the Drow tribe, and as she's walking back into the room, she'll get in there and she'll be like, she'll continue talking, but she'll try and make eye contact with Orit and kind of like nudge her head this way.
By this point, you probably hear Ty murmuring under her breath in the same language that shopkeeper's assistant used.
Shopkeeper's assistant?
The weird magic guy that's also from Squee's other campaign.
Oh, right. Okay.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, so whatever.
Brunhilde. You're talking about
Yeah.
Brunhilde, yeah.
Oh, she's talking in Sylvan.
Sylvan. Mm-hmm. By the way, as this is happening, Ty, you hear, talk. I should tell you. I don't know how much time I have, but I have a chance to speak to you. I should tell you. They were looking for someone. They were looking for you.
I'm sorry if that pitched real bad on the stream, guys. I forgot my sensitivity's very high right now.
It was fine, actually.
Okay, good. At this point, Ty will just be kind of looking at the blank space again, but like confused, like, what do you mean?
When they found me, when they took me, they were all saying one name. Talk. Fine, talk.
Hey, Orit, can you come over here?
I didn't want to interrupt because I didn't know at what point was this.
I was
you can
just
say right
taking
now.
creative. I was taking creative liberty. My bad. I thought
it's fine.
we got the point across. My bad.
No, we'll say this is done in the bedroom. So
No, this works perfectly timing wise.
yeah.
Okay, like as soon as oh, hi Tavern. As soon as Kai kind of nudged her head over, he would come over and very gently place his hand on like Tyburn's like top of Tyburn's head. Cast the Lesser Restoration.
Just as you're doing that, Ty will be saying, "But who's talk?"
And you hear in a fading voice, "You are." And then Lesser Restoration takes hold, and you no longer feel drunk or hear any voices.
Ty is Ty still in Kai's arms?
Like, yeah, you're still piggybacked.
Yeah.
I believe.
Oh,
I technically should
piggyback.
have you guys reversed, yeah. Like.
Oh, I never. I thought. I'll be honest. I thought you were like
bridal
Bridal
carrying.
style,
Yeah,
No, she-
Kai was gonna do that, but she was like, I already pushed limits with my friendship with Dama, and I don't want her to get the wrong idea. I want to be respectful of her mate.
I mean, yeah, because 100% what I'm doing is just gonna have Ty put her head in that spot, on between the shoulder and neck, and is just kind of quietly crying.
Kai will nod to Arit, and she'll just stand there, She'll wait until Ty's
She'll
ready
just
to
let
get
Ty
down.
cry. Aw, good friend.
In the meantime, or a quick question, was Kip lesser restoration?
I'm assuming that this would have taken some time, so he would have lesser restoration Kip as well.
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
probably Mika, honestly.
How many spell slots do you have for lesser restoration?
Let's see. Yeah, we got that.
You can save one for Kip. I'll use my earring.
Okay, so I've got 3 left.
Let's see. It's a level 2 spell. How many level 2 slots do you have?
And we don't do slots, right? With this,
Oh, that's right. You don't. Good
I
point.
do points.
Yeah, you do. All right. Perfect. So all of you are restored. In the meantime, back downstairs. What are you guys doing?
Doma's playing like a good bard.
Left foot, right foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot.
Cha-cha real smooth, y'all.
And Ashu, as you approach, she'll look up. Ah, hello, Ashu. Lovely place you have here.
Thank you. Would you like a drink?
I would very much so.
You have plenty on tap. What would you like?
One of the normal ones, if you wouldn't mind.
Noted. Anything more? One of our more expensive ones? Would you like a little bit of the harder local brew?
I'd prefer anything not poisoned, if you have it.
She giggles a little bit. I understand. It's just alcohol and non-poison is very funny.
A fair point. You actually see Norith kind of looking, like it's not a bad point. Gersten would come to you. Oh, Shu, enjoying yourself?
Yes. Oh, I didn't ask. Would you like anything? Pointedly over at
Comfrey.
Gumfrey, thank you. I thought Gersten ate all words in my head.
I understand. He does that.
I'll just take a Chardonnay if you have any.
She looks over at Gumfrey. Gersten, God.
I suppose we can accommodate, yes. Anything else?
A nice whiskey if you haven't.
He nods and goes and gets the drinks. He brings them back in about 30 seconds. I can have one of the servers deliver this if you have other things to do.
I do not have anything to do, thank you very much.
So, how long have you guys known each other? This is great that you guys get to run into each other. I mean, it's like meeting old friends all over the place, huh?
Well, oddly enough, Ashu and I have never met directly.
Oh,
True.
pen pals.
In
Whiskey.
a manner of speaking. She'll look at it as you put it down in front of her. An interesting choice.
Honestly, I have no idea what you would like.
She takes it and sips from it.
Does anybody hear the spooky music? Is that just me?
Like Doma subconsciously, in her anger, The music's gone from cheerful to like bitch mode.
No, it's the fucking medieval fucking pumped up kicks song. Bitch better run when I get my gun.
Oh my god. And Norith motions to the chair. I'm always welcome for some company. I didn't actually expect you to be so friendly.
Room for one more. I'm still on a date.
Oh, well. Here. And she'll take her whiskey and her cloak in an arm and stand up and walk over to here.
I have no gauge of where the table is, so I'm gonna trust your.
I'll put
insight.
Kai over here for now.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Kai will now be playing the role of Gumfrey.
Hello, I am Comfrey.
Oh, I'm gonna sit next to my date.
Where are the rest of your friends? And she, as she says that, she does the little finger wave to Dolma with a smile.
I guess the 17 is her bitch back.
like you see, like there's like a like a small, like she just waved to me with that smile.
Like she works it into the performance, but it's a little bit jarring for the normal patrons. They're just kind of like, oh, that interesting. Good going for more modern art perspective.
So some of the patrons that are near is like, the music's wonderful. Does she seem upset to you? It's just part of the performance. They really get into it.
Really emotional. I could feel it.
Like
I want to punch someone.
Heat radiating from her. She looks a lot like her mother.
Oh, they don't know
went
that.
over and kissed that man on stage.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, Shu, she asked where the rest of your friends are.
Well, they went upstairs. Then I left and came back in. That's when you came in.
I see. Well, I simply came to wish you good luck in your business venture, she says, opening her hands wide. You certainly cleaned the place up quite a bit. I regret the need for the remodeling, but...
Yeah, that was quite a handful.
Well, Darian was a loose string that I felt needed to be eliminated. Obviously, that didn't quite go as planned, and the cat's out of the bag now, so no hard feelings. He's alive and well, and I have no more use for him nor intention of harming him.
Well, that's at least good. Speaking of, have to say...
What's
Hold on, there's some rolling going on.
Yeah, what's Gumfrey rolling for?
Gumfrey was just rolling to see if he could catch on that what Nori was saying, that she's the one who tried to kill Darian, or if like he's just like, no, I'm on a date.
I assume he has some wisdom bonus to him, so we'll say. I mean, Gumfrey was. What was Gumfrey?
He was basically Kai, yeah, Warlock. He was my prototype for Kai, yeah.
So he at least had a 1 or 2. Yeah, I'd say you could probably piece that together. She's not being very ambiguous about it.
Gumfrey's gonna lean over to Ashu and be like, are you really friends with her?
Well, I didn't really say we were friends. I just knew her.
Oh, no.
She then stops the small conversation. Can I explain this to him? He looks lost.
Oh, please, by all means.
Okay. So she goes, all right, so, one day, she, or at least She stops for a second. This is going to get really confusing. You're just going to have to go with me.
Okay, that's how I live most of my... Okay.
A clone of her came around and actually had us go over to this area, and there's a whole bunch of other, like, things and schemies, but she pretended to die, which her clone, I guess, did.
Yeah. Not cool. Not cool.
The word you're looking for, dear, is simulacrulum.
I like clone better. I like clone better. That's easy for my little brain to understand.
She literally pats Gumfrey on the head. Of course it is.
Gumfrey doesn't seem to notice.
So, that's how I generally know who she is. She did a little bit of spying. And
I took your mirror, don't forget that.
You did do that, didn't you? And you messed up this bar a little, too. That's all of the bad things. Honestly, I don't think I've known anything else about you.
Oh, that's hurtful.
There was that book, right?
Yes. Yes, I've actually been very helpful to you, Issue.
Well.
Music seems to beg to differ.
Looks over at Dolma's just glaring and playing the violin. Dolma, unfortunately. Dolma, roll me a perception check. You'd have to roll really high to tavern room, but roll me.
To notice the visible discomfort in the other patron?
No, to hear what they're saying.
Ugh.
It would be very hard. No, you can't hear what they're saying.
God
It's a crowded
fucking
room,
shit!
and you're playing
I mean,
music.
she also has a violin playing literally next to her ear,
Yeah.
so yeah.
If you could read lips, maybe, but otherwise, no.
This character cannot. Unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's not been the kindest, but, no, she's here. She even apologized, which I was not expecting.
All right, well, that seems like a step in the right direction. Hey, you know what? Since I'm an outside source, maybe I'm a little bit more biased to Shu, but I could be your mediator. You know, we can talk this out.
Completely
that right here.
ignoring Gumfrey, she leans forward. I'm not a monster, Shu. I simply have goals, and I have long since given up on asking people for their help when I can just secure it in other ways.
Now, I think she has a lot of concerns, Shu. She feels very self-conscious, and, you know, she's really trying her hardest, but she's learned that not everybody listens to her, and this is her way of coping.
She nods over to Gumfrey. She then stops for a second. You know, there's a lot of things that I have questions about. How do you even where to start? But you're probably not here for questions. What? I guess this is my question. What are you here for?
As I already said, to congratulate you on your new business venture, to express my admiration of your quick disposal of a false Hydra. Not many of those on these plains. And perhaps to make peace, I suppose. If your friends are willing, she'll look at Dolma. As I said, I prefer to manipulate people to get what I want. It's far easier, you understand. But you and your friends have proven to be very resourceful. Perhaps it would benefit us both to realize that we're all on the same side and want the same thing. Yes, Dolma.
After she says that, Dolma, like, messages a Shu, just, what the fuck is she saying? Like, she's trying to keep her cool, but she can't hear a goddamn thing, and that smug look on her face just makes her more pissed. She's just like, I need context!
She doesn't have the feat observant, right?
No, she does not!
She does not.
No, she does not.
towards Dolma and whispers back, she wants to have, what was it? She wants peace and maybe even some sort of partnership.
Immediately you get back. Bullshit!
There's like another missed chord there. She's really gritting her teeth now. I think she's legitimately angry. No, she's an artist.
She's feeling the music. Can't you see the passion?
Well, I guess I can't entirely answer that myself, because to be perfectly frank, well, actually, you know this. We've really only been together for a short time. I can't really say anything that would be concrete.
True, and you are always one of the more reasonable ones of them. Then let me be completely candid. I've come here because I'm willing to bet you and your friends are not willing to make a scene in front of all these guests in your new business venture. And trust me, I can make a scene. To talk.
She looks actually like a little confused, and then she goes, all right. To be perfectly frank, I wouldn't mind talking with you. I do feel a lot more safe in this particular place in this particular time with so many people.
I agree. It's neutral ground, you could say.
I appreciate that.
This is good. This is real good. You guys, I'm really proud of you. You guys are taking it over. I'm really proud.
She rolls her eyes. Is he really necessary?
She actually looks like a little tag bat now. For negotiations, you are not doing a very first good step. This is my date, remember?
That's right. I'm Ardenfell's sweetheart.
If you want me, you get him. Bitch.
She kind of rolls her eyes again. Right, I'll try to tolerate him then.
Thank you. I feel like he also even represents a bit of the people in this town. A little quirky, but when you get to know them.
Yeah, that's me.
She seems to be gazing around the room. And she closes her eyes and casts a certain spell. She roll me a Arcana check.
Okay. Do. Neutral public arcana.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You don't know exactly, but you know it's some kind of divination spell. Nothing that would be harmful, not like a fireball or a charm or anything like that. Seems more like some form of divining. And then she opens her eyes and she goes, oh. And then she puts her hand on her chin. You do attract the most interesting people. I'll tell you what, Ashu. Call your friends. Let us have a nice, civil conversation. No one gets up in arms, and I'll give you a very interesting thing I just learned.
Just a gift? Alright. Get my friends. Alright. She gets up. Excuse me if I still feel a little on edge. I don't enjoy keeping my eyes off of the crowd while I if you pardon me, you are a little wanted.
Am I?
I think so.
Well, I'm bound to ruffle feathers here and there, and I know that bitch Celine isn't very happy with me. But you wouldn't ruin our little conversation by getting her, would you?
Hey, let's not bring Lady Celine into this. This is between you two, all right? Listen, I don't care if you don't like her, but, you know, she is still the lady. You gotta show respect. That's just how it is.
Oh, my dear little gnome, you know so little about her.
I don't care. I don't care to know her. I just know what's proper respect. I don't want to treat nobody.
Right. Respect. That's something I have time for.
Hey, Ashu. I don't think I can be unbiased.
I love it. She'll again roll her eyes and sigh. Very well, very well. I am here to be amenable.
All right. I'll watch her, Ashu. You go get your buddies.
She like smiles and almost gives out a chuckle, and then she goes, "You know what? She stops for a second. Go grab yourself a drink, and I'll be right back."
Which one of us? Should I get
Are we
you
talking to
there?
Gumfrey or?
Yeah, Gumfrey.
Gotcha.
All right. Hey, Gerston!
Yes, I believe your name was Gumfrey.
That's right.
Leap out the window.
Leaving out the window.
I'll move you up here for when you get up there. And then we'll just follow
Does
you.
Dolma not get a response as she's walking away?
I'm gonna give a response, head turned away. I'm getting the rest, and she would like to actually see the rest here.
And as that's happening, Dolma, you look at her and you see her, and she's doing the little like, "Come here" motion.
Gumfrey comes back with chocolate milk and sits down.
Amazing.
See? No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so there's another.
She looks not like her mom.
Oh, and it is fire flames on the
Flames?
side of my face.
Side of my face. I hate her.
Oh God! So yeah, she. Oh my God! She's not even gonna bother like with the audience. She just like walks over and just towers over where Norith is sitting. Yes.
I was going to have a chat with your friends. That includes you. But it's good that I have a moment. I want to express my condolences for your brother.
Oh! 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 What a bitch!
Okay. Oh, Squee.
Uh-huh.
So I would do a wisdom save right now, but she already got a 1.
She did.
Gonna reach out and try and smack her.
Roll me.
Smack
That's fine. Just roll me
Smack.
initiative.
Oh, okay.
I want to see who does first.
Can I
Okay.
roll
Oh,
initiative too
boy.
as Gumfrey?
Sure, by all means.
Just a D20, I would assume.
Yes.
Okay.
Gumfrey, your initiative is first.
Gumfrey's gonna dive in front of Dalma and say, "Wait! We're here to mediate! I mean, I know she's a real bitch, but..."
Smack.
Hang on. I gotta... Gumfrey flies across the room.
He just launches himself.
Amazing. Oh, Dolma. I need you. Hang on. Give me a second. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. 11. I'm guessing that doesn't pass.
After the slap and Gumphrey flies, you find yourself unable to move as a hold person spell slaps down on you. Now, that's a mighty temper of yours. You understand, of course, I had nothing to do with the false Hydra or your brother's death. In fact, I was quite fond of him. He seemed like a genuine sort of cleric. My sentiments were genuine. Now, you can still move your eyes at least. Can I release my spell and have you sit down and act like a civilized person? Or do you prefer to stand? Look up for yes and down for no is fine.
Just give me 1 second. Oh my god.
Luckily for everyone, hang on a second. Okay. I mean, this is a very crowded hop and bar. Most people haven't noticed. You do see Girthston looking over at you too.
Uh-huh. Oh my god.
Yeah, Gumphrey's gone.
Oh man.
Yeah. You know what? Gumphrey flew. Girthston caught him and sank him below the counter. One hand
Like a
just
fucking
gently lowers
bro.
him. Yeah.
Like a football.
Doesn't lets him keep his dignity intact.
Catches him one-handed, sinks him below the counter, puts him on the ground, pats him on the head, keeps looking at Dolma and Norith.
You know,
Brings a pillow out from behind him, puts it under his head.
Aw. Yeah, I could do a conversation with Kai and Gumphrey if this is the route we're going.
Oh man! All right.
It was up for yes and down for no. Yes.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So she's gonna end up. She looks up, but it's like borderline rolling her eyes.
Good. And you find yourself released.
There is an audible, guttural growl as she sinks down into the seat next to her.
If a civility is not enough to stay your temper, then perhaps simple self-preservation. The version of me you met is called a simulacrulum.
Yes, I'm aware.
Good. Then you'll know it's one of the most powerful spells known in this world. So, you're a smart girl. How far exactly do you think you'd get in a fight with me?
She stays quiet.
Roll me an insight as well. You can do it at disadvantage if you want, but I'm not forcing you to. You can just roll an insight. You're calming, kind of.
No.
All right. You're good at reading most people. She's hard to read, but you can't find any hidden meanings or hidden information in what she says. She seems to be upfront. We're gonna go upstairs. Everyone, a shoe knocks on the door. A shoe, you. I don't know if you knew they were in there, but I mean, it's not hard to follow the noise.
Kai, I think, mentioned it.
Yeah, when she said
gave
like
the drink
Yeah,
over.
yeah,
drop a
perfect.
dipstick or whatever.
So you go to Arthur's room, knock on the door, or actually, I guess the door would be open.
Yeah, pretty much. What's up?
Welcome to the party. I need to sit down. Or wait, is Tybern still doing her thing, or is she calmed down?
No, she's calmed down. She's
Okay.
restored.
Kai will
In fact,
be.
everyone in this room is restored except
Yeah.
for Tally, who's eating a sheep's bladder, going bah, and Mika, who's still hiccuping fire.
Oh no, Ori, did away with that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so it's just Tally right now.
So,
Yes.
so fair both names. Is it a Norith? Is that her name?
Norith is her name.
Norith is her name, yes.
Yes.
Norith is here.
I'm sorry. What?
She's entered the front door and sat down and talked with me.
And to roll for anger. Kai doesn't. Her expression remains the same, but you see a twitch in her eye.
Shit. I'm gonna make a roll too.
I'll lock eyes with Kip, seeing what his reaction is.
What is Kip's reaction?
Looks at a shoe and takes him a moment, and he kind of registers. That Norith?
Yes. As a member of, I'm assuming, some sort of royal guard, you seem to have the most amount of action among us. Now she seems to be just here to chat, but I know she's also wanted.
And she's also a former student of Finian, which means that I could probably take her, but not without endangering everyone in this bar that is quite currently very full, if I understand correctly.
Yes.
Right. Well, what does she want?
So far as I can tell, an olive branch.
Interesting.
What's an olive branch?
It's a form of peace, Kip says, like he actually knows this one. Then maybe it's best she doesn't see me. You have, and he'll look at Kai. You have my sending stone, yes?
I assume Kai does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call me.
She has a very, tense nod.
Call me if things get dangerous, but like I said, I might be able to take her on, but I'd have to transform, and everyone around here. Let's just say that this is not the right time and place.
I think that's what she was banking on. So hopefully we can just talk and not have a hostage situation.
I think we already have a hostage situation.
Do we really have to play this game with her? I'm really not in the mood.
Shu thinks for a moment. I mean, of course there's many different ways, but I wouldn't mind just talking with her.
Kai raises an eyebrow at Shu. Well, if you wish to talk to her, Shu, I trust your judgment. Just know that whatever comes out of her mouth, you cannot trust.
She thinks for a moment. I have an idea. Squeak, could you remind me how sending stones work?
They allow you to basically telepathically communicate between 2 points. So if you have a sending stone and they have a sending stone, you can pretty much just mentally talk back and forth.
Okay, so this is, I'm assuming you have to, concentrate on it a little bit and then...
Sure, imagine it like it takes an action to do. We're not in combat, but yes, you have to take the time to physically, mentally communicate with them.
Alright. Ishu gets a small smile and, gets out a sending stone. I think, didn't she get one directly for, Celine, or
No, there is a sending stone.
for Kip?
One
Got it.
single sending stone for Kip, and I assumed Kai had it because she's the one that was been in
No,
contact with him.
I
most.
was the one
No?
that had it.
Oh, okay. Then Arthur has it. My apologies. He would have looked to Arthur and said, "You have the sending stone." Yes.
Arthur would have
Call
done
me
it.
if. Yeah. So the same conversation, but it would have been to Arthur.
And she goes, and you have a line to Celine, I'm assuming.
I do.
She thinks for a bit. Nah, a little too risky. At least keep that in mind, I suppose.
He nods. I can reach out to her. Though, and he kind of hesitates and shrugs. I mean, the problem is still the same. Even I'm smart enough to know that this is not a good time. Maybe it would be best to see what she has to say. But he shrugs. I'm here if you need a heavy hitter.
She smiles. All I'm really asking is to change information through hands as quickly as possible.
Oh, I can be a relay. Sure.
That's all.
Are we just going to talk with her in the bar with all these people? Is that the plan? We're not gonna try to lure her out in some way?
If she would be smart, which I'm assuming she would be, although sometimes I'm a little bit doubtful of that, she probably would stay where there is a bunch of people. So that way, things get a little bit testy.
Right.
She could throw a fireball at them.
Right. What I'm saying is I feel like we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't.
Ashu just gets like a cold pause, and I'm like, she then just goes, you know, we just left Dolma with her.
Ah, fuck.
Oh no. Okay.
All right, we're going
Fine.
down.
Everyone just stops talking and goes out the door.
Literally everyone. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Amazing. Hang on, let me pull everyone downstairs. By the way, Dolma, Nori, she's sitting there with like a little stirring her whiskey.
Stirring her whiskey?
So, it was a lovely set.
Doesn't say anything.
There's just silence.
Just silence and just glaring. At
We'll
this
say
point-
this table has enough for everyone to sit down, no
I was
matter what the
about
man
to say,
says.
Over
Yeah.
a table.
I can't see with this dynamic lighting how many seats there are. I hope there are enough.
We'll just put who wants to sit. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do yeah, that's good. Shoe. Here, we'll put a shoe there. That's fine. It's
Kai's
work.
just gonna stand. She'll just loom over.
Okay, that'll work. All right. You see all of everyone arriving, and Nori puts down her stir and takes another sip of her whiskey. Hello. Mhm.
If you want, you can sit down, Kai, and then Arthur will just sit on the table in the middle.
Kai feels her heart grow a little warmer, but she's still frowning. And she'll very stiffly sit down across from Norith.
Hello, Kai.
Hello. You look well.
Yes, well, I am doing all right. You all must be... Oh, this must be very hard on you. Which is why I chose such a public place. I have no interest in murdering any of you, and I think it's best if I, well, give you incentive not to make me.
Would you hurry it up, please?
Very well. Ashu, you had questions. Did you want to save those for later or ask them now?
Well, there was one topic that was brought up that I assume there's going to be a very much of a no answer for this. The She stirs a little. Look, a friend of ours got in trouble because of the whole mirror thing.
Ah. You'd like it back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I need it for my goals, but as soon as I'm done, I'm more than happy to return it.
See, that's why I was... It was a silly question, I know. You wouldn't just take it just because you wanted to. Too much
No.
effort, too much time.
And I am not so vulgar.
Under her breath, Dolma just says, "Debatable."
Norith looks at Dolma and says, I understand all of you must be very upset at me. Perhaps it will help to consider that none of the Noriths you actually met died, as they were never actually truly alive. It's not as if I murdered a bunch of me to get you to do what I wanted. And yes, the sting of manipulation may hurt, but honestly, I've helped you. I had you all find each other, and you work amazingly well as a team to achieve goals that you already had set for yourselves. Am I wrong in any of this?
Nori, let me just throw that out there. I think you killing yourself over and over again, I don't think any of us mind.
Aishu gives out a hearty chuckle for that.
Even Norith smiles at that. A fair sentiment. Well then, let me be candid. I brought you all together because, well, to be quite honest, I had sent out many simulacrums. The 6 that you found, I don't remember for 6 anyway. The numbers that you found, the ones that found you, I guess I should say, determined that you had the qualities I was looking for, and thus directed you here. I, like you, need to find the book, Sky's Journal. You also need to find it for your own reasons, to save the world and whatnot. So, our goals are basically aligned. I simply have a habit of not asking people for help when I can leave them no choice. It's faster, it's more efficient, and it usually gets me what I want more.
Aishu, winces a little and she goes, so you don't care what happens to the world?
She waves her hand. Of course, I care what happens to the world. It'd be a dreary place if the Blight took over everything. But that... Celine is on it, and whatever my feelings of her are, she is competent, and she has all you hunters. No, I have every confidence that you will solve this problem. My concerns lie in a much more difficult issue to solve. One that, and she looks at Kai and Orit, I would think you would be ecstatic to help with. I seek to cure the wasting.
As your double so readily informed us.
Yes, she was an odd one. But her words were not false. The wasting is tearing all of our people apart. No matter if you're high or wood or dark elf, I seek to stop it, to cure it once and for all. And for that, I need Sky's journal.
What do you believe you need from that journal?
She spreads her hands. I'm not quite sure. I do know Sky found the cure for the wasting. I do not know what it was. I'm assuming it's in the journal. I already have an idea, but I don't know the details.
Why do you have such a vested interest in the wasting?
She puts down the whiskey after taking a drink. Because it's destroying our people. And yes, I do see them all as our people.
Can I
Go ahead. Oh, insight.
Yeah, I want to take some insight, Squee. I think there's more.
By all means.
Let me just pull up my character sheet.
Can I also insight?
Yes, you can.
My
Because
character
like,
has her own theories. I might as well try to.
oh,
All right. Kai, Tyburn, she seems very forthright. Dolma, she doesn't seem like she's lying, but she is, you're noticing, giving evasive answers, as if she's not telling the whole truth.
you know, it's so interesting that you're so vested in this, and you'd think Sky, being one of those legendary heroes and all, having found the cure, would have wanted it for the rest of the world, and yet for some reason she tore it in half and tossed either end to the wind.
Yes, it leads me to believe that whatever the cure is, it insulted her sensibilities. Sky, as marvelous of a teacher as she was a bit of a softie.
Or maybe the cure is worse than the disease.
Worse than the genocide of all our people, I highly doubt it. And make no mistake, I've been studying the wasting for a very long time. It's getting worse. The elves will be wiped out in a century, if my math is correct.
Hey, Squee, does that math check out? If I just run the numbers in my head real quick, Sky.
Roll me an intelligence check, Kai.
I was gonna say,
Can you count that high?
I was gonna say she's been around 500 years. Has she noticed an increase?
Roll me a knowledge history check.
Boom.
Yeah. I mean, well... yes, but not until very, very recently, like your last life.
Okay. She'll remain quiet for now.
Mm-hmm. In any case, whatever Sky found, knowledge in and of itself is not dangerous. If it turns out to truly be worse than the erasure of all elves everywhere, then that's a bridge we can cross when we come to it. Why should one woman make that decision for every elf, true elf or not?
You know, it's interesting you bring up bridges because I'm pretty sure you've already burned him.
She looks at Kai. Maybe. I admit my methods are prickly.
They're extreme. Now, wouldn't it be easier just to do the research yourself instead of stealing it from Sky?
No, it wouldn't. Because I've already tried.
Oh, and you failed.
Yes, I failed. I'm sorry, did you think that would insult me? No, I fail at many things. You don't get to be my level of a caster without failing 1,000 times.
Forgive me, I suppose I didn't notice.
But I don't intend to fail in this. Our people depend upon it. And I do not intend Sky to be the one to choose our death for us. I intend to find that journal. Actually, point in fact, I intend for you to find the journal, as you are wont to do anyway, unless any of you are intent on giving up your quest.
I think you already know that answer. So why do you ask it?
I'm actually quite fond of giving up the hunt. I mean, she's already stolen a mirror from us right under our nose. Might as well stop looking for the one thing she wants.
Yes.
Oh, I thought of that before, truly.
Yes, by all means, and let your world burn.
There's
I do
always
that
more than
anyway.
one solution.
Yes. She'll look at the others, and do the rest of you feel the same? Are you willing to give up Sky's journal, the hunt for Jarek? And let me remind you that there is only one true ruler of the Wastes, one Lich King.
She was about to get a ready response, but gives a bit more thought to it.
I would be okay with trying to find the journal, but I want that mirror first.
As I told you, I need it to cure the waste.
And I'm sorry.
The wasting. She cocks her head. Really? So you're all going to give up searching for the journal and for Jarek?
Sure, why not?
Because your
stopping
world
us?
will burn.
So we'll be
And-
dead by then.
She
I don't
nods.
think you understand how petty we can get.
Maybe. Perhaps I misjudged you, in which case you really have no use to me, and I'll find others to find the journal. Is that all, then? Are we done with this conversation?
Well, I believe I am done. How about the rest of us?
Well, I mean, we're not getting the mirror back, so I guess, yeah.
If we were the best, I guess you're just gonna have to find the second best, which, oof, that's gonna be tough, eh?
Tough, yes. But not unsurmountable. And Kai, roll me a persuasion or deception check, depending on if Kai really is willing to give up the quest or not. Very nice.
Can I try and say one last thing before we start packing up?
Yeah, by all means.
I try really hard not to lie. But
Mm-hmm.
I can guarantee you that if I would be able to get that mirror back, I'd be willing to do whatever. Whatever you desire.
I've already said that I'll give the mirror back. It shouldn't take, if you find the journal, more than a few months.
No. Before then.
And if giving that mirror prevents me from curing the wasting and all elves perish, you wouldn't feel even the least bit responsible for that?
Does it have to be that object?
Yes. In fact, it does. They're very rare and very necessary.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Arthur. I cannot sacrifice all the elves for your mirror. I will give it back when I'm done.
Eshu, after some deep contemplation, goes, I honestly wouldn't mind helping out with everything. But I have a sneaking suspicion that there is a lot, there's a lot riding on a lot of different things. I have a lot of suspicions that you do not have the time for all of this. But honestly, I would love to cure your people. I would love to save this world. I honestly do not think that this particular deal that we have will probably be best suited for all of that. And she scoots a little bit in her chair. If you do trust us, we will cure your people. We will help curing your people. We will also help save this world. But you also have to trust us.
Trust you in what way? For example, I don't trust you to try and stab me in the back, but I think everyone would understand that mistrust.
I'll be perfectly frank, because, of course, you will not care about this too much. But for Arthur's case, that mirror does mean a lot to him.
Oh.
We also do know the person who owns that mirror, and also she owns a lot more resources. If there is a serious plight for her people, she will help as much as she can, and so shall we. If you put the mirror back in our hands, you'll be betting that this, your plan, will be even more secure than you could ever get by yourself.
What she said.
And I give you the mirror, and the black staff takes it right back.
Yes.
Well, then, they'll never agree to give it to me to use for the needs. They'll never allow it. So giving the mirror to you is exactly the same as giving it to them. You see my problem?
I don't, mainly because if you do give it to us, we will be able to utilize it for what you need.
No, you won't. You'll hand
Why
it
not?
right back to the Mage Academy, and they'll never let you do it. They'll never let you touch it or see it again. This item is incredibly valuable.
So are the lives of your people. If this, your cure, is what you want, I do not think the Mage Guild will deny you from gaining that goal.
They would if they agree with Sky and think that the cure is worse than the death of all our people. After all, they are just humans. What are a few dead elves?
That would be true, but the first person who said no was an elf.
Fair.
Now, I am not an elf, and I'm saying yes.
I'm saying yes as long as we get that mirror. Doesn't mean that it needs to be there forever. We just need to return it for now.
Very well. I just had a wonderful idea.
What?
How about a contract? We sign a contract. You agree to let me look at the journal, with your presence, of course, to make sure I don't run off and hide, and that you allow me to leave freely afterwards, and that no one else but us knows of this, and I will give you back the mirror tonight.
You get to see the journal.
Read it. All of it. Without Celine or her people knowing, because they'll try and set up some sort of trap. I intend a contract, one that will bind both of us to it. And I know exactly how to do it. I will be forced to give you the mirror tonight, as I said, and you will be forced to let me read the journal in secret. I will not steal it. You can even add that to the contract if you choose.
Will you damage it in any way?
No. I need the information inside it. I do not care what you do with it afterwards, and in fact, I'm willing to believe you that you'd want to help cure it. For now.
Okay. How many needs to enter this contract? Or could it just be me?
Oh, she looks around. I think it could just be you. The penalty of breaking it on either side is enough to keep your friends from doing so.
Okay.
Arthur.
A shoe does resound. Now look, this particular contract would still be against what my original... my plan is to actually work together as a group, as a people. Having this still on your shoulders doesn't really help with that.
I mean, you're all welcome to sign it.
That's not what I mean. From what I hear about your particular plan, is that you want to make sure that no one else knows about it, and that you carry it out by yourself. Why not have other people help you with that?
I misspoke. No one else knows that I've read it. In other words, I don't want you to run off and tell Lady Celine or anyone else that you're going to show it to me at this particular time and place so that they can set up a trap for me. I want to be able to read it and leave unhindered.
Could we say that you read it afterwards?
I don't care.
Okay. What is
Ty?
Tybrim saying?
Can I roll perception?
Yeah, by all means.
I want to see if Gersten is still watching and listening.
Roll me a perception. Yi is
Yeah.
still watching.
Ty is gonna do a small smirk and then kind of hide it again.
I think you fucking called it. Like hard. Like really, really hard.
So,
I'm
is that acceptable?
I just want to say, I'm gonna go AFK for a little bit, but I just want to say, whatever you guys feel the terms should be, I'm okay, with just being the person doing the thing, because I am serious. As long as we get the mirror, I'm more than happy to do whatever it requires. Alright, I'm gonna be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, gang, what do you all think?
Yeah, I was about to say, can we, talk a little out of character?
We could talk a little out of character. If you guys feel you really want to talk, we could, I don't know, we've only been going for about an hour and a half. Why don't you guys just discuss things out of character? I'll just mute myself for a little bit, grab a snack.
I am being
Screaming
serious, though.
internally.
I am
Sorry,
being-
Bern?
I'm being serious though. I'm okay with this sword of Damocles hanging over Arthur's head. For really
I
real.
know that you are. But I
I
still
mean,
want
it's
to discuss
cool.
it.
It's super cool, idea. Kai is totally against it, though.
I just want to make it very, very, very clear. Do we want to enter into any sort of contract with Norith?
Not
Do we
really.
Do we want that pin in our pocket?
I don't trust her not to put some weird bullshit small print in.
Right?
I trust
Lie
her.
to us.
I trust her to make a contract that is absolutely faithful, but she will turn it against us in some way or form. She will not fully, willingly
It's
trust
a genie wish.
Yeah.
You're wishing for something, but the genie's gonna twist the words to mean something else.
us. She has not been truthful. She is truthful in the sense that
She's
She will be
truthful in the sense
truthful-
that she's a bitch.
she'll be truthful up to a point. Until it's such moment where it does not benefit her, she will twist the words.
I have a question to add upon this question. Do we even want her to read the journal?
We probably do not want her to read the journal. To be quite honest, she is a very high-level caster, which is why I brought it up to Celine to begin with, going, Norith is going to know that we're going to have that journal. If we ever get it, she will come after us, and she will find some way to take it because she is much a higher-level caster than all of us.
Yup.
She will either find the journal or find the stone, which we're going after the stone first.
This is going to be a bit meta gaming, but the one thing I think we got going for us for our personal loophole, Gersten is 100% listening to all of this. He fucking knows. So we could somehow use him to get through the contract, maybe, depending on what the wording is.
Well, only one person is really going to get under the contract, which is a very interesting for her.
She's probably also going to make it so it's him and his friends are thinking us at this table, and maybe Celine and Kip. She's not going to consider him in the wording, maybe. Like Gersten in the wording.
She will find some way. If we want to do this as a collective group...
It depends on the wording.
If we want to do this as a collective group, by all means, I am just throwing it out there that this is a very, very risky thing to do.
Yep.
It is incredibly risky, and there is always the likelihood that even if we do all of this, it's going to amount to not much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
In some way or form, she will probably read the journal anyway.
Mm-hmm. Which I mean, at that point, does it become a lose-lose situation?
Yeah, do we want to help her even though I am honestly very certain because of how of a high level of caster she is, she will find some way to read it.
You know what? Unless she puts a time limit on this is also metagaming, so we could just put off doing this until we're high level.
I mean, yeah.
We're not going to, but it's like, that's just funny, because you keep saying high caster, it's like, well, if we just wait till we're high casters and then do the quest.
Now that's thinking with video game logic.
It literally is. Usually I think with book logic and go, this is how a story would work, but...
We're going to do all of the side quests. Every single one of them.
This is just, I'm throwing it out there. If you guys want to do this, go for it.
I like...
Go.
Oh, I was going to say, I like the narrative behind it. I think it's a cool narrative, and I think it would be an interesting arc for Arthur to have that sort of like... Because it's not great for his position, but it's interesting. So I like it in that sense. I don't know how... I don't foresee Kai being like, yeah, let's do it. I can't see her being like, yeah, okay, let's go.
If you can't resolve it in character, that's completely fine.
I mean,
we don't have to do this.
But once again, you can do it. There just might be a little bit of conflict for Kai, which also could be interesting. Like,
yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of, not the same argument, but similar thing of this, as much as it's like the consequences of this are going to be difficult to deal with, and they're going to be annoying, and it's going to be very angry, it's going to be a cool story.
Yep.
And it'll be way better than to just shut it down.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Which I'm usually not that kind of player either. I'm like, no, I need this to be right. And it's just like, no, I'm kind of interested to see where the consequences go with this one.
Yeah.
And
Criana's all for it.
like I said to Squee before, I am okay if Arthur dies. We can bring him back if shit happens.
Oh my god.
I'm
Sorry,
just
this
saying.
does not have a trauma
The
system.
cinnamon roll is sacrificial lamb.
Brave of you to think that's the worst of your troubles.
I mean, I'm just saying, if it's on the table.
Death.
I mean, we don't even know what kind of contract this is, only that it's magical, and there are a lot of contracts that exist in the world.
This
Yeah.
is why I'm worried about Arthur being the one signing, because I don't think Arthur has the technique to read these contracts and understand.
No, he wouldn't!
So, like, a shoe needs to read this contract first before letting Arthur sign it.
Like, okay, so...
It's like
there any way that
all over again.
Yeah, is there any way that we would be able to essentially, like, okay, yeah, you draft the contract, give us, like, 24 hours to go over it, and then by the end of that, you will have your answer, because this is kind of a big thing to just be like, yeah, over some beers, let's hash this out.
That's fair.
If I were her, I would not allow any of us to have any sort of time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
She
it's
would do this
still
now or
something that
never.
we can ask.
We
Yeah.
can
Well,
ask.
We can
try
also...
persuasion roll.
Yeah, we can also say if it's now or never, then it's never. Like, she wants something from us, still.
Oh, obviously.
So
But it's also one of the things that if we don't do this, she's going to do it anyway, so we might as well have her quest be on screen as opposed to off screen fucking us over in the background.
that is true. But at the same time, like, she can do her off-screen stuff, and we're going to run into her anyways.
Yeah.
We're going to be able to get this mirror eventually.
I think that the Barrowman is asked if we can get 24 hours. If not, be like, well, one if not all our magic users need to read this up front before we let Arthur sign it.
Yeah.
She
And
would probably let us read it.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could draft one up.
I will
Ourselves.
let you guys know a little bit out of character so that, you can help make decisions. She is not going to be the one making this contract. She will not be the one enforcing this contract. You will have all the time you need to read the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what kind of magic user is she? Do we know?
We don't.
You don't know.
We don't know.
Mm-mm.
Is she a fucking warlock?
You don't know.
We don't know.
The only information that I know is from my solo session, and that was probably with an ice clone.
Yeah, she straight up said that was an ice clone you guys were dealing
A
with.
simulacrum, yeah, which is a 9th level spell. Very powerful.
Is it 9th?
Mm-hmm.
You sure it's 9th?
Pretty sure.
Well, it's not like the person's level 9, as in the spell is level 9.
No,
Yes.
no, I know.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
I'm checking now. Simulacrum is 7th level spell, so that's not 9th. You're right. But it's still very powerful.
No, it's still very powerful. I was just thinking, if it's a 9th level spell, she could cast Wish.
Yeah, she could cast
that's
Wish
true.
and get literally anything. She wouldn't need
Yeah,
us.
no, it's a 7th level spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
And
she could just cast Wish, like, what is she doing with us?
It takes 12 hours, and apparently she has been spending, from what she's told you, enormous time and resources making lots of these.
And then
No kidding.
Is she gonna be the next like fuck Voldemort who's like, I'm gonna put all this energy into living and then dies at like a normal ass age?
Yeah!
Maybe. She's gonna be the next Pumat Soul, if anyone knows who that is.
Nope.
The next who?
Pumat Soul. I don't think anyone
No.
here watches Critical Role,
No.
so
The weird D&D party that streams that doesn't.
one of the viewers will get it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to let you know, out of character, of course, ask all this in character, but to help you make your decisions, she will not be the one writing or enforcing. You will have all the time you need to read it. I mean, within reason, of course. You can't ask for weeks.
We can't do my plan of we wait till we're level 15.
Nope. Consider that she is intelligent. Yeah.
If she's not the one drafting this, then I wonder if we could, like, draft something up or make our proposal and then send it her way. Like, we know that she had an item that she was using to scry. I wonder if we can go, oh, hey, here's the thing. This is what we're thinking. Is this okay with you? No? Okay, let's change this. Like,
You would have
That's
to
how
ask.
normal contracts work.
yeah, that's how normal contracts work.
This isn't a normal contract.
Yeah.
Just so that we're all clear, it sounds like the majority of the group wants to go through with the contract. Is that correct?
Let's say out of character players. Most of
Yeah.
the players want to.
This
go
is a very,
players.
very big decision.
Mhm.
Player Criana is all for it. Kai will never be for it. She
And
will
that's
never
fine.
agree with it.
I am a firm believer that if the players are in agreement, they will always find ways for the characters to get where they need to be.
Laura, Piff, you two have been quiet.
Yeah. In character, she would not be for it. Out of character, I'm not against it, to be perfectly frank.
Elora, if you're talking, you're muted.
She went BRB.
She barely.
Oh, she be a beat? Okay.
She BRB'd a bit ago.
Oof.
I also
That's
will.
amazing.
I also will say that we don't need to do this, but I like the idea, and I like the idea of it hanging over Arthur because that is also like him protecting the rest of the group, like a bodyguard would.
Yeah, that's a good, not arc, or kind of arc. What's the
Yeah.
word I'm looking for?
Character
Trait?
development?
Character.
Yeah.
arc.
Character development, thank you.
Yeah.
I like that from a story perspective.
Yeah. Okay, Laura's back.
Welcome back.
Laura,
What do you use?
So,
Yes.
so Elora,
Yes.
it sounds like the majority of the players are at least neutral to favorable on signing a contract. How about you?
Okay, so for some reason my brain was just like, words don't mean anything. Say that one more time.
All language is made up, so
Yes.
So-
Garbadygook.
Thor taught us that.
Yes.
So it sounds like the majority of the players, amusingly, all of the players, almost none of the player characters, but
Yes.
all of the players seem to be neutral to favorable on signing a contract. What about you?
I'm pretty much the same. Like, Dolma doesn't fucking trust Norith as far as she can throw her. But, like, this could be benefit. I'm trying really hard not to come at this at, like, a very different character's standpoint, especially with the contract. But no, there's a lot of conflicting emotions with Dolma, but me as a player, I think this could be hopefully beneficial.
I literally want to point out, I think every single of our characters hates this plan, but all
Right, but all of us are just like,
We're
no,
all like,
fuck
glutton
you
for
guys.
punishment.
Because all the players are into it, if we can metagame this, and because this would also be in character for Arthur, I think, if Arthur just forces it, then that is still in character.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It
very
is.
much is.
Also,
Because not all of us have to agree to it. It just has to be one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, stream, you heard something weird in the background, like a blender going. There was something that popped up and started playing. I shut it off my computer. Sorry.
Oh.
It was only there for
He
like
was-
2 seconds.
He was blending the bodies.
I was looking up the recipe for making
So,
pineapple liqueur.
so with saying that only Arthur needs to agree to it, is this going to be like a Little Mermaid type situation where Arthur's just like, Ursula, don't listen to them, I'll help you, and then he comes back and he's like, hey guys, I signed the contract.
I would suggest, as a DM, make it like this. Arthur's decision to do it, the party members don't like it, but also, what can the party members do? They're not going to beat him senseless and hold him down. He's their friend,
Mhm.
right? It's
That's
his
what-
choice. They may not like it, but they're going to respect it, right?
Yeah.
Respect it, but
Respect
don't let
is
us
a
do it.
strong word there, Squee.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Criana will respect the wishes.
Because all the player characters do support it, it's not a dick move.
Also-
and we can metagame it a bit.
Also, I will say he's the one that pushed really hard for the mirror because of
Yeah.
how guilty he feels about Maggie.
Mm-hmm.
So this is also tying into that.
Poor girl is in the cellar as we speak, reading up on how to prepare travel rations so that she can go find that damn mirror.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, so do we need anything? Are we ready to go back in character? Do you guys need more time? Do you need to discuss anything else? I'm all for taking your time. This is an important decision.
And I will say again, I like the idea of this. If you guys do not want to do it, let's not do it. Okay?
like I said, all of the players seem to be favorable towards it. At least for the chaoticness and the drama of it, we're all a
Mhm.
little bit greedy for drama. Looks like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
Pip has his own purposes.
I'm
yeah,
sure you do, Pip.
Pip just likes to watch the world burn.
Oh, Piff is scheming. He is the drama.
Yes.
So we're all for it. It is go for it. Just expect, I think, all of the characters in the party to not be favorable.
Right, and this is a good, healthy way for everyone watching to do this. Players understand they're all on the same page. Therefore, when characters aren't, the players are fine. This is a good way to do things. Also just want to point out how Criana, for once in her life, has played a character that is not trying to promote more chaos.
I know. I was
Debatable.
she wants a different kind of chaos, one
Right.
that's in her control.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Whereas all my other characters are just chaos in general.
Absolute chaos.
Yes.
Mia would have already signed the contract.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, she'd been like, okay.
All right.
Excuse me a moment, and
She asked me to sign. What's wrong?
thought
okay,
this
what
was-
comes after
You mean Mila?
Did I say?
Yeah,
what did I say? There's Mia. There's Mila. There's Mika. Yeah.
I knew who you meant.
Yeah.
You said Mia, but it's Mila. It's all
Milo.
good.
All right.
all right, we're good.
So we'll go back into character. We'll say that there has been. This is after she's basically said, so, do we have a deal?
No.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
Sorry if you
And that's that. Good conversation.
All that out of character discussion. No. She nods. Unfortunate. Well, if you are unwilling to sign a contract, I am unwilling to return the mirror. It is sad. I'd rather we'd be friends, or at least not enemies.
I think everybody would like to not be your enemy.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Dolma wants to kill me.
Oh, that's
Doma wants to
fine.
kill everyone.
She wants to do a bunch of things to a bunch of people, but I, for one, really would like that mirror. And as I
Arthur?
said, I would like to do whatever it takes.
Arthur,
Please,
Arthur, can we...
give me this mirror. Whatever it
Arthur.
takes. What? What's with the giggling in the background?
I just hear like Criana going, Arthur, Arthur.
She's in mom mode.
Norith would look only at Arthur and say, "Excellent. I'm glad that you have the fortitude to do what must be done. You are an asset to our people." And then she will look to Gersten and say, "You! Come here."
Christ, Piff, you fucking called it super hard.
Gersten rounds the table and comes up. "Yes, how may I be of service? I don't know why you're here, but I know what you are. I cast a divining spell, and as good as your disguise is, it's not good enough. I need your services, demon."
Arthur
Like I
looks
didn't call
over.
Gersten takes a long moment to consider his options. "Very well, what do you need?" "I need a contract. One enforceable by the demon hierarchy. You will draft it, of course, so that it's a third party. It is to be binding, as long as the terms on both sides are met." "I see. And what would I be getting out of this?" "Well, if one of us negates on the contract, you'll have our soul. If neither of us, then I happen to have," and she looks around, "quite a nasty murderer. One that I believe you were looking for, actually, whose soul I will give you." Gersten shakes his head. "You cannot give another's soul." "Well, no, you can't. If they're still alive, I agree, but they're not." There's like a pause between the two. "Very well, but understand that my contracts are on the level. If I am to be a third party, I will not be slipping in any secret words for you or for you." He'll look around. "And you should all understand exactly what it means." And
with that, he'll look at Noreth and say, "If I am to explain this, it might be best if there were not ears to hear it." "Oh, right. Of course, of course." And Norith begins casting a spell. Anyone who would like, roll me an Arcana check.
Me.
Boop, 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 boop.
Damn.
Normal. Did I roll it? Okay, I rolled it.
Oh wait, I'm a magic user now.
You are.
Mhm.
Wait, hold on. I still have that glitch we need to fix. +1 to Arcana, so that's 11.
Gotcha. Dolma, Glassrose, a shoe. You both, or all three of you, understand this is a spell that creates a private sanctum. Anyone within the sanctum can hear and see each other, but anyone outside the sanctum is unable to hear magically or normally what is going on inside. It is a method to prevent scrying and ears. That said, it is not any sort of barrier or prison. You can walk right out of it. Does anyone stop her?
I wouldn't.
Her specifically? No.
Kai's gonna bow out. She's gonna ask Gersten to move.
Mm-hmm. Gersten will step aside.
She's out. Punk. Is this the way out?
After a moment, after a moment,
The closet.
after a moment, she'll nod to Gersten, and Gersten will say, "As she has told you, I am not an elf. I apologize for the deception, but I needed to lay low, and your establishment offered the perfect place to do so. Perhaps I should reintroduce myself. My name is Winston."
Yeah, you fucking called it, Piff.
Sweet.
I'm sorry!
Yeah, you fucking called it, Piff. Jesus.
Imagine poor Elora having to keep this to herself.
Yeah.
There's so many reaction gifts and I couldn't do it.
I am so sorry, Squee. Everyone is just like, they're like, what if he's like this? What if he's this? What if he's this? I'm like, I got a theory. What is it? He's just Winston.
I mean,
He's
now
just
at least
straight up Winston.
now at least you understand why I had so much difficulty with the name.
Yes. Yes.
I wasn't screwing up. I was being honest in the worst way. He nods and says, "Hopefully, my deception will not burn too widely. I have actually done an excellent job with your establishment."
Ty's afraid.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
have-
Yeah. And Winston will say, "Then let me explain how this works. I will draft a contract that will legally and spiritually bind whoever signs it. If you do not fulfill the terms of the contract, your soul will be forfeit to the demon hierarchy. If you do, the contract will be fulfilled and no other repercussions will come of it. Both parties can agree at any time to negate on the contract, though if you do," and he'll look at Norith, "the soul you promised will still be mine. I can defer to destroy the contract myself, though it is very rare as I see no purpose in it. So if you sign this contract, I can assure you that both sides will be forced to keep theirs. But if you fail, it will not be death, it will not be sickness, it will be your immortal soul. Is this agreeable?" Norith nods, "Of course." And she looks to Arthur.
Arthur will nod.
"Excellent. Then what am I drafting?" Norith will then talk to Arthur. "I propose this. I've been thinking about how best to do this so that it is impossible on either side to wiggle. The second the contract is signed, I will give you the mirror. I have that capability. You will have it within a minute, and it will be yours to do with as you please. Once I give it to you, I will have no more obligation to the mirror, shall we say. In return, I will provide one of my simulacrums, altered, of course, in appearance, to travel with you. Not to help, not to hinder, not to do anything but watch. In fact, if you want, I can make her completely silent. Or, if you don't want her traveling with you, she can stay here at this inn. Whatever the way you want to do it, the simulacrum will be here. When you obtain the journal, within 24 hours of doing so, my simulacrum will be able to read it with you. If you at any time alert anyone outside of this group to the fact that the simulacrum is mine or what its purpose is, the contract will be void. If I am personally harmed in any way, or if my simulacrum is harmed in any way during its stay here that has to do with you, the contract is null and void. And if I understand correctly, the contract will know. Winston nods. Yes, you can try to be subtle, but if the simulacrum would come to harm in direct consequence or indirect consequence of your knowing action, that would count. She nods. Demons are very good at contracts, you understand. And once I or my simulacrum has read the journal and left, then our contract is completed. You will have no more obligation to me that you do not wish to give. How does that sound to you, Arthur?
The shoe pipes in. I think I would like a few more... I'd like to add a few more things, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a bit on the lopsided side. You get to have eyes and ears. An entire person basically put onto us. We can tell no one about it. And we cannot give any particular harm to it. Now, that doesn't sound like it would be a bad thing, of course. But let's just say it got attacked. We would then be obligated to defend it. And I think that is a terrible thing. We would rather not have a shield we are basically giving our lives to protect.
You are always the clever one, Ashu. I'm open to suggestions. I don't need to keep a simulacrum here, but I want to be safe, and I need to ensure that I get the information that is in that journal untainted.
Well, fair enough. I mean, you came here. Why not give it to you again? You can just have also a simulacrum in the area. You can always just contact it.
Very well. Do any of you have the sending spell or the ability to cast it?
I do have message animal. Similar.
Out of character, do we want to offer her our sending stone number?
No. But at least that's my take on it. I'm trying to find, because I have a different rule set and such. I'm assuming sending is out of my wheelhouse.
It's at least not a spell that you've chosen. I don't know if it's a sorcerer spell or not.
Yeah, but I also don't know how much of a level.
Oh, it's
It
only
is.
level 1. Or no, Cindy's level
It's 3. Yeah, level 3.
3, then I can't cast it.
None of us can cast level
No.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a bard, wizard, or cleric spell. And I can't
I'm half
cast
cleric.
it. You're half cleric. Oh god, that's right.
Oh, right, I have spells.
You do not have level 3 spells, my dear.
The Ashu did mention the animal one.
Mm-hmm.
But the animal needs to know where they are, right? Well, how's the animal work again?
Animal, I think they basically... Okay, I'll read it. Animal message. Choose. It's specified location to a general description of a person. So I do need to know the place.
She laughs and she goes, "That won't do at all. I have no intention on letting you know where I am." Oh, very well. Give me a second.
I also mentioned that you could have a simulacrum in the town.
She shakes her head. There's a much easier solution to this. And I'm feeling generous tonight.
And she reaches into her bag and pulls out a scroll. Here's a sending scroll. I assume one of you can at least read and use a scroll, yes?
One of them. Don't ask me to read, please.
I'll read it. Don't mind.
She will nod. Within 24 hours of receiving the journal, you are to use that scroll to summon me. I will come here if you wish, and I will read the journal in your presence, and then I will leave. I or a simulacrum, I haven't quite decided yet. But I assume neither would be objectionable to you.
I don't think I have any objections for that, but I'm also worried about the mirror. You said you can hand it over. Doesn't mean that you can't take it back. At least like a time limit on that. At least let's just say until the contract ends.
That's agreeable.
I have something
Burn?
to say out of character. So here's the thing. This is assuming that the other half of the journal is in this town. What if the other half of the journal is somewhere around the world? We have 24 hours to get back here.
No, she'll be summoned to us.
She'll come to you.
Yeah.
Oh, she'll come to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She said she can come here, but she'll come to wherever you are.
Okay.
Yeah, so in that case, the time limit's on her.
Time limits on her.
Mhm.
Okay.
We contact
summoning
her, and then she gets to us however the fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We need to summon her within 24 hours, no matter what.
She'll also go, and also I'd like the contract to be for you not to maybe read it within 24 hours, but for us to send you the sending spell to get you in contact with us within 24 hours. It would be kind of a cheap move if you killed our friend by just not coming when you're called.
Fair enough. The contract will state that you must send or use the sending scroll or in some way, shape, or form summon me within 24 hours. But when I come, I suppose we can throw in another 24 hours there. Otherwise, I could wait forever and you'd have to hold on to that journal, etc., etc. So why not this? You must summon me within 24 hours and I must come to you within 24 hours.
I think that's a perfectly reasonable thing.
Good. I find all of this agreeable. Anything else?
Out of character, I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I'd have to reread it through.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. We covered the spy, which we basically nixed.
Mm-hmm.
The mirror, which she
mirror.
is not going to immediately take back.
Yes,
Mhm.
which is good. We covered the time frame,
We covered the time frame.
which I was worried about.
So the last bit is communication with
People.
yeah. So what was that, Squee?
The what? Which one?
Communication with
You
people.
are not to tell anyone outside this group. And she included Kai. in it, but you are not to tell anyone outside this group of any of this. The existence of the contract, a deal or agreement that has been made, none of it. It is to prevent you from doing things like, we're going to get the city guard to pounce on you the second you come, or, hey, Lady Celine, this contract thing happened. What can we do? You are not allowed to tell anyone that is not in this bubble, or, Kai is part of your group, so I'll grant that as well.
Yeah.
About the contract or the deal. No Kip, no Celine, no one.
Okay.
Before the fact. Or ever.
Right. After it's all said and done, after the contract is nullified, you're not bound to it at all.
Okay.
So once she reads the journal and leaves safely, and you have received the mirror, which you should get first, once those terms have been fulfilled, the contract is done, and you can tell anyone anything.
Okay. What do you guys think? Because the way I see it, if this ends up being bad, we still fulfill the contract, we let her read it, then the contract is fulfilled, all bets are off, then we can work towards, oh shit, maybe this is a bad thing, we can start trying to prevent it.
Yeah, that was
We're
my thought.
putting down a solid contract, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Yep.
This is more dealing with the consequences after the fact than trying to prevent them first.
Yes. I like this. I'm happy with this. What about you guys?
All right. I should point out, in case the players need to know, or as a reminder, the purpose of the journal for both of you is to find Sky. Sky did not write down in the journal what she found, right? The cure or the technically what she found was a way to cure the rift in the elves, the wasting, all that stuff. But that's not in the journal. What's in the journal is how to reach Sky. And Sky knows.
Right.
Right.
That
Okay.
is what you have been told, and that is, you haven't technically asked, but you can assume that's what Norith is after.
We wanted to find Finian to find
Right.
Sky.
No,
No,
you
we
wanted to
wanna
find
find Sky
Sky
to
to find Finian.
Right. It's a weird chain of events. We need to find Sky to find Finian to find Jarek.
And we need the journal to find Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Definitely not doable in a one-shot.
Yeah.
And I guess Ashu then goes, should we put some sort of clause about the, she pauses, bonus for this nice contract holder? Said something about a soul, right?
Ah, yes. There was a gentleman who was stealing Kenkus earlier. I know that you were chasing him about. I decided to acquire him for leverage in case I needed it. He was quite uncooperative.
Quite an
So?
asshole.
So
I
he's
ended
dead.
up, yes, dead, but even the dead can be useful. I trapped and imprisoned his soul, and I can give it to whoever I wish, which is grateful for you, because without some sort of soul, a demon would never be willing to do this contract. And I assume that none of you have any sleepless nights ahead of you for his soul.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't sleep.
The fear leaves Ty's eyes for 2 seconds as she looks at Arita and goes, do you need to talk?
No, I'm an elf, for crying out loud.
Elves don't sleep?
Not really. Wait, can we discuss this later?
Do we have to? Wait, yes, we have to.
He mutters some swears in Undercommon.
Do we need to add Kai to this? She does seem rather upset. I am assuming you don't want to hide all these details from her. Should I make a addendum in the contract? Everyone in this bubble and Kai?
Yes.
You can, but I doubt that she would want to hear it anyway.
Understood. She'll nod to Winston, who, by the way, has a white quill pen and a book, and he is writing things down. So, Winston says, let me make sure I have this all right. And by the way, for you, especially Burn, I will write out a full contract for you.
Please. Yes.
Mhm.
Also,
to make sure
I want it specified. Is it tell, speak, or what?
share this information in any way.
Okay, better, good.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise,
Don't worry. I will take time and I will word this contract appropriately.
please. Thank you.
And Winston kind of goes over the details. You are not to share the information of this deal, this contract, or what has been said in this bubble with anyone outside of this bubble or Kai. None of you can. If any of you do, his soul will be forfeit. She is to deliver the mirror to you immediately after the signing of the contract this night, and she is not to touch it or attempt to acquire it in any way, at least until the contract is done. You are to contact her through the summoning scroll within 24 hours of receiving the journal. She is to come to you within the next 24 hours, and you are to allow her to read the journal unimpeded without trickery or magic, and to leave after she is done. Am I missing anything?
Until she's done. Is there a time limit on that?
Winston looks to Noreth. Noreth shrugs. I suppose 3 hours should be more than enough.
Just want to make sure. Sometimes we'll need to reread that for our own benefit.
Winston will nod and write that down in the journal. Very well. And he will tear the page out of the journal and snap his fingers, and a little imp shows up. Hey, boss! Meeples, I need you to send this to HR. Have them draw up a contract immediately. Sure, boss! Takes the paper, disappears in fire. A few seconds later. Oh, Arthur, roll me a d6.
A D6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I need to see what form this contract takes.
Oh, honey.
You know what we probably should have included now that
Oh,
it's 2
no.
seconds too late? We should have probably included that the contract was in like Elvish or Dragon language.
Oh, you can always read your own contract. That's not a problem.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, buddy.
So, before we continue,
Mm-hmm.
is this like a symbol on you or
Mm-mm.
no? Okay.
Mm-mm. No one will know.
Okay.
2 dolls appear above each of Winston's shoulders.
Therpsquee.
They are straw in nature, almost Raggedy Ann-ish. They have buttons for eyes, and they just float there. Winston nods and directs, and in front you see he snaps his fingers again, and a sheet, a magical parchment rolls out, and you see the contract written in fire. You are both allowed to read it, and of course Ashu and everyone else. Ashu, everyone who would like to roll me a knowledge arcana check.
Also, Criana
Or one of you can give, Ashu advantage.
Dolma will give a shoe aid.
Criana is back. Just to let you know.
Hi, Criana.
Oh, hi, guys.
Oh yeah, no, she's been sending me messages. Don't worry.
Fucking. Of course not.
Oh, sweetie.
I'm sorry, Arthur.
Arcana advantage.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
921.
I'm gonna say Dolma did give you inspiration earlier, just in case you feel the
That
need
is
for
true.
that at any point.
Who, me?
That's
Sure.
me.
Oh,
The shoe.
okay.
Do you want to use it?
It's fine. It's not like I'm gonna be sticking around for very much longer.
Hmm.
It does seem important.
It does. You know what? Yeah, we'll throw that in there. I don't feel like it's necessary, but we'll throw that in there.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh, nice.
26. Ashu, you read the contract backwards and forwards. You see no trickery, no subterfuge of any kind. It doesn't seem like anything's been added in that you noticed. However, with that roll, I will tell you that it has been known for things to be added. But this contract looks clean. It looks upon the terms that you both agreed upon. And after everyone has read it, Winston motions, and a doll floats over to Norith and floats over to Arthur. And Winston says, "You are to sign the contract by hugging the doll to yourself."
Aww. I'm gonna give it the biggest hug.
As you hug it...
No, let me fucking roll, please. I want to roll.
Okay, by all means.
Whoa, whoa.
The biggest hug. Seriously.
Aw.
Seriously.
Acrobatic?
That's
Advantage.
acrobatics,
Oh,
not
acrobatics.
athletics. How much is
Athletics.
your athletics? Yeah, just roll again.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm sorry, Kinsey, you rolled a 2.
I don't like dolls.
I
I
know.
know, I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna
Um,
be even greater, and I'm going to use psi points, and I'm gonna add the +5 to that. So that's a
Okay.
22. Ah,
So you
He hugs it
hug the
well.
doll mightily, and as you hug it, it begins to wail, and blood pours from it onto you. Norith grabs hers and hugs it as well. It begins to wail, and blood pours from it onto her. Winston nods. The contract is done. It is now legal and binding. Is there anything else you need my services for? I assume that you might have questions for me, but I'm guessing you would want that at a later time when your business is conducted.
Winston, there's still a party. I'm sure people are lined up to get their drinks.
Yeah.
Indeed. I will return to my duties then. And he will walk back over to the bar and bartend. Like Pat Gumfrey on the way.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Fine.
A completely blitzed Holly bursts through the scene.
All right.
Casting awakening on everything she runs across.
okay. I think I'm back.
Okay.
So,
Perfect,
really
yes.
quickly, let me explain.
Mhm.
Sorry about that. I had a brownout. My entire power went out for a second, and it came back. So, my bad. We're back.
Nope. Totally fine. The only thing you miss, Burn, is that once you both hugged them, the dolls disappeared, but the blood remained. You can wash it off you and stuff, but it's still there.
And no one else can see this blood, right?
Oh.
No, everyone can see it.
Everyone can see the
It's
blood.
just there.
No, everyone saw the dolls, the blood, everything. In fact, there's quite a few patrons that are just like, the hell? Because they can still see you. They just
Okay.
can't hear you.
So you can't wash it off.
No, you can. It's
You
just
can.
like you're covered in blood, but it's not magical in any way. It's just you're covered in blood.
Okay.
Yeah. You could just prestidigitate that shit away or just use water.
Exactly.
It's
Mhm.
just there.
Mm-hmm. And Winston would have let you know as well that any time the contract needs to be summoned for review, the dolls will appear above you.
Okay.
And to break the contract, actually, he should have said this. If you both choose to nullify the contract together, you will summon the dolls above you, and you will destroy them with fire. Both of you must do it at the same time, or whoever does it will be in forfeit.
Does it have to be fire?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry. He shrugs. I didn't make the rules.
Just enforce them. That's fine. All right, Norith, if you can do me a favor.
Placed it in the session
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm just gonna do one thing really quickly.
Yeah, sure.
just one thing. I'm going to tell her, hey, why don't you go to the storeroom with me so that you can put the mirror there, and then you can be on your merry way. That's it.
That's perfectly fine.
Great.
Yeah, and we can do that like at the start of next session.
Like, either that or the basement. We'll figure it out, but this is like the third time that this has happened today. I have a feeling it might be my UPS, but I'm not sure. It might just be breakers popping at my place.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But you know what?
I-
We're going to call it here, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna call it here. Give everyone a week to recover from the wonderful opening of the tavern.
Yeah.
I also love a copy of the contract.
Yes.
I will get it. I will post it for the whole group.
Okay.
I just need Wings to help me write it.
Do it.
Of course.
So yeah, we'll see you guys.
Don't
next
forget, no extra stuff was added.
No extra stuff was added.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a weird thing. Winston had no incentive of trying to trick anyone. He was just acting as a third party in this case, and he gets a soul no matter what. I mean, no matter what happens, he gets a soul. He's
Yes.
fine. His quota is met.
Mm-hmm.
You guys just have to talk to him. Why is he here? What's going on? The fuck was with that? Why is there an demon in your bar?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun figuring that one out.
Well, let's end the stream. See you guys later.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye.
He